Scientists want NASA to study the lava tubes on Mars. They suspect that ET space aliens could be living down there. Well, this opens up a whole can of worms. Look at all these images we have. The images having to do with what NASA has shown to the world, but also what astronomers, archaeologists, anthropologists have shown and tied into Mars and Pleiades. And also, this is another Mars image. What is that shiny dome doing on there? It looks like a shiny metallic or glass dome, and there's a pathway going up to it. It looks like it's got some kind of a guard gate before it. These are so many unanswered mysteries having to do with the surface of Mars. Let's remember that we have the Mars moon Phobos that has a monolith on it as well. And the pyramids on the plane of Mars having a face. And what we were told by the Atlantean that was supposedly buried there in the Emerald Tablets written by Thoth the Atlantean, one of the generals that was exiled there, one of the supremes that was exiled there from the Atlanteans together with his top generals. They built pyramids over that area and a face over the tomb of that exiled leader so that the area could be seen from other Atlanteans that were living on the planets of our solar system and interstellar visitors. So what is this? Is this all a coincidence? The ancient writings, a coincidence about the face on Mars and the pyramids on Mars, which happen to be the same type of configuration as the Giza pyramids and the China pyramids. This is just too much of a coincidence. Okay, they're saying there could be aliens in the lava tube of Mars. The lava tubes of Mars. Okay, we have ancient writings having told us about the really extremely advanced ancient Atlantean technology that these people, the Anunnaki or whatever you want to call them, the Nephilim, definitely the Anunnaki, the Atlanteans, they had interstellar travel. They also had interdimensional jumping and travel. And they were abusing their technology so much that, according to the Emerald Tablets of Thoth the Atlantean, written by him, and you have the playlist on my playlist of videos, I read them there for you. Amazing what he says about their technology and what they used to misuse. And he said it was only a matter of time because of their selfishness and haughtiness before divine intervention would give the end to Atlantis, and that's exactly what happened. But some of them did escape and go to other areas of the world and set up, the first thing they set up was pyramids and their ancient civilizations with advanced technology. There are some archaeologists who believe that these Atlanteans are among us still today, even though they try to hide themselves, and that these UFOs that we see around us that appear and then disappear into nowhere could be them. Now, what do these scientists, the NASA scientists, want to study on Mars? The call comes 11 days before the space agency launched the Atlas V rocket, carrying the Perseverance rover. With the mission for Mars, NASA wants to unravel some of the mysteries that have been surrounding the red planet for decades. U.S. scientist Charity Phillips Lander from the Southwest Research Institute in Texas wants NASA to explore the lava tube on Mars, as the astrobiologist and her team suspect that aliens could be living in these tubes on the red planet, because as we know, it doesn't have an atmosphere anymore, and the radiation, the cosmic rays, solar radiation, are just too harsh for anything to live on the surface. So it could be that they're hiding in the lava tubes underneath. That's what her aim is. Now, the composition of the planet's atmosphere is extreme temperatures that can drop to minus 225 degrees Fahrenheit, which is minus 153 degrees Celsius. And the cosmic radiation makes surface of the planet inhospitable. So if one is to search for signs of life and extraterrestrial civilizations on Mars, then one should do so under the surface. This is according to what suggestions of Philip Lander says. And she says, if life exists there, it'll probably be best maintained in the subterranean area, subsurface. Now, she and her team believe that NASA needs to send a rock climbing robot to study the caverns on Mars Maybe they can do that by sending a very, very, very tiny drone to do that instead of a rock climbing robot. Why not a little tiny drone to take images and videos of inside? Anyway, they want to send a rock climbing robot. That to me is really ridiculous. They should send a little tiny drone to study the caverns on Mars in the near future, while researchers note that technological progress will make such a mission possible in the next decade. She claims the claim was echoed by other planetary researchers at NASA Ames Research Center, Pascal Leem. And Leem said, on Mars and other places, lava tubes have the potential to have made the difference between life and death. Mars has been captivating the interest of astronomers since the 19th century, when the canal features on the red planet surface were observed for the first time, and this led to speculation that the fourth planet from our sun, or the third planet, Mars is the fourth planet, may have hosted alien life, especially now that they have found water, so water obviously can host life. In 11 days, NASA will send the Perseverance rover to the red planet, which they hope will shed light on the many mysteries surrounding Mars, and researchers hope that the rover, which is expected to land on the planet's surface February 2021, will learn about the climate processes that turn Mars into an uninhabited planet, the composition of its surface, and whether the red planet at one point did host life. The agency hopes that the rover will also help to prepare for a potential manned mission to Mars. Please leave your comments, especially about the past images that we have of Mars. Look at this. I mean, this is unbelievable. And with the new images that people are researching, they are finding something that looked like remnants of buildings. They've even found remnants that look like ruined castles, and of course pyramids. Anyway, tell me what you think, especially about this very strange Phobos moon monolith that Buzz Aldrin talked about. No, Neil Armstrong told us that we should go and explore. What is this monolith doing on Mars moon Phobos? Who put it there, and why is it there? A lot of questions to be answered. And when they do go to Mars, I hope that they do go to the area where the Mars pyramids and the face on Mars are located. That's the first thing they should do, because obviously something has put those structures there. Somebody, some intelligent being. And they should also refer to the archaeological emerald tablets and archaeology, what we can find from there. Just like biblical archaeology, people with the Bible in hand have found so many structures in Israel. We should do that with the ancient writings telling us of what could have been on Mars. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.